Yo. Okay, so for out of bounds temple skip, first things first, you have a limited amount of ammo that you need to work with. So ideally, you want to try to save as much as possible, I would say, on your first runs. There's also something else that I will go over in a sec, but you can make this with a well-timed jump spin, and you can come into here. You can take this a few different ways. You can either do a boosted, which I usually opt for, or you can line up a roll jump, and you spin as soon as possible and shoot if you need. So then when you come up to here, there's a loading trigger you need to hit for the next parts to load. You can tell if you've hit it by this ocean deloading. So if I go to the right here, I don't dip in close enough to this corner and I miss it. So you need to go left. Then you can see this is gone, and now everything is going to load in when you come over here. Honestly, you don't really need to do a boost or anything here. You can just kind of take it slow. So for this part, if you want to, you can come back inbounds, grab this ammo so you have more ammo to work with, just in case, and then restart mission to get back to the top and come back out of bounds. So that's something you can do on your first runs if you want that little bit of backup. So let me just pop out here. So for these out of bounds jumps, you can see there is a tiny bit sticking out that we want to land on. So you want to land here without clipping back in bounds, which is a little bit hard. It takes some practice for sure. Yeah, there's a little bit you can stand on right there. It's kind of hard to show with like debug hovering. So the biggest thing when it comes to this is, first off, your speed coming out of this. When you're in this position, you want to walk forward before you jump, so you have a little bit of forwards momentum going. You can still make it if you just jump immediately, but you know, you want to give yourself as much of a chance as possible. So you want to walk forward, jump, wait a little bit, shoot, jump, and then it'll look something like this. So you come, boom, boom, and spin if you need to. As you can see, there is like, it's a little more lenient than you'd think. Not that it's easy by any means, but it is not that bad. So that's kind of the thing for the jumps. I'm going to go over that a little bit more, but the other thing is there is a camera-based trigger that we need to hit that is along this wall. I'm probably going to edit like a little screenshot of the trigger just to give a visual. So in like a world record attempt or a high level attempt or whatever, you would move the camera as you're jumping. If you're on the default settings, you would hold the right stick left. But if you have that like set to a more normal camera scheme, you would hold it right. But just whatever brings the camera close to the wall. So there is a backup if you miss that. If you find that it is hard, it is a little too hard to get the jumps without or while holding the camera, you can come over here and you'd have the gun out. You want to inch your way closer to here without going in bounds. Then hold first person. Well, go into first person, not hold it. And then you want to move your camera out. Hold back on the camera so it zooms out. And then move it to the right. And then back in. And if you're positioned well, that should load the next area in, as you can see right there. So from here, it is pretty easy. From here, you can just take this slow. You don't need to do the punches, you know. If you're really nervous on your first run or something. And then jump, shoot, jump, spin, jump, shoot, jump, spin. Make it over to here. This is a little interesting. This is slippy, so when you'll have momentum into this. So you want to jump into it and then hold neutral on the stick. So something about this type of collision is that whenever you're moving, you're unable to jump because you get put in the slide state. So for this, you want to hold neutral, and unlike the previous part, you want to jump before you start moving. Otherwise, you will your jump will get eaten because you're in the slippy state. So you want to jump, shoot, spin, shoot. So when we come up to here, there's two methods you can do to get up to this. Ideally, I'd say learn this one that I'm going to show off. I find it easier than the Abu Bounce method, and it is faster. And you want a concussor high jump. If you need a tutorial for that, I will link one that Usual has made. So you want a concussor high jump, spin, and you want to spin late. So you're like that. You want to spin late, and you want to get up into this infinite jump ceiling. This infinite jump ceiling will give you a proxy if you are far enough on the edge, and your concussor shot is what brings you into it. So you want to hold L1, do a concussor high jump, keep holding L1, spin right at the apex of it, and then shoot yourself into the infinite jump ceiling while spamming X into the thing. You want to move during it, so you're like out here. So you want to get the jumps off of that. So it'll look like, okay, that was a little low on the height. Let me see if I can get another better one. There we go. So it can be a little hard. In debug mode, with both of the codes in, you can plug in a second controller. If you're on PS3, you can set it to the second one. And then you want to hit L3 and X on the second controller, and that will give you full ammo for everything. So you can sit here and practice this. It takes a bit to get down, but once you know that those are like the principles, so you want to high jump, move out here, spin, shoot, and spam X. One more time. Come out here, high jump, spin, shoot, X. Boom. So there is a checkpoint trigger right here. If you do the Abu Bounce method, you're going to have to come through here and then back under the archway, because this is a one-way checkpoint trigger. But we want to get this checkpoint trigger and then come over here and die in this void. Now that we're here, I'm going to punch down. The reason this method works is that we've loaded in this. We've loaded in this area. This level is now loaded in the background. And if we keep that loaded while on while not on a mission, we can get the percentage warp, which is what takes us into Act 3. So here there are two different methods. You can either concussor high jump here, concussor high jump up here to make it over this cutscene trigger. And we need to pass over this cutscene trigger, because if we hit it, it will deload the area that we just loaded in over there, which would make the trick not work anymore. So once you're over the cutscene trigger, you need to come over to the door over there. Do not step into the center of this. This still has an active cutscene trigger. If you hit this, the rest of the trick will become impossible, and you'd have to do a backup to get the area loaded again. So you want to come out on the outer edge of this, and either, if you have the ammo and you want to be safe, you can jump, concussor shot, jump, concussor shot. Or, you know, if you're confident, you can do extended and then shoot if you need to. Another extended or a roll jump over here. You can either do a boosted here or just go over to the other side. I'll refrain from doing that one. And then do another extended and shoot. Just whatever method feels like the safest for you. Then you come over here. Oh, got a little punch glitch. And then this door will open if you've done it successfully, and you will get the jet board. You want to get this light eco here and put the jet board on and grab the skull gems for a trick later. And now you've done the percentage warp. Hope this helps.